Welcome to another glorious Fear-Free Friday. And today's quote comes from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Always do what you're afraid to do. Now that's not Emerson's whole quote, and I want to actually quote the entire thing to you. So let me just go back to the slides for a moment, and here we go. Be true to your own act, and congratulate yourself if you have done something strange and extravagant, and broken the monotony of a decorous age. It was high counsel that I once heard given to a young person. Always do what you're afraid to do. So for me, the really big thing there is his focus on personal integrity, his focus on living in the moment, not being afraid, doing the thing you know you have to do, no matter what. That's what I get out of that, and hopefully you do as well. But if not, even if you do, I want to just take you through a couple of ways of how we can apply this awesome principle to our life. Number one, I want you to think about designing your writing routine using that foundation of personal integrity. And that's something I've talked about a lot. I'm going to go into it again today because it really is one of the critical points, critical foundations of how to build a successful life, let alone a successful writing career, writing life. So schedule your writing time. Always schedule your writing time. This is really, really important. And equally important, of course, is to keep those appointments with yourself. Because if you schedule it and don't do it, you've wasted a bunch of time and effort. And if you don't approach it with these appointments with the importance they deserve, you're simply doing yourself a grave disservice. I really are. Set yourself minimum word counts that you're going to write until you've achieved, X number of words. And if you've gone through the manuscript math exercise with me at some point, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about in terms of being able to set realistic writing goals. The same thing goes for setting that hard deadline for your first draft. Manuscript math in a nutshell, and I'll go into this in more detail some other day. Manuscript math in a nutshell means you figure out either the average word count you can write per hour. You figure out what's the minimum amount of time you can spend writing each day. And you figure out the rough word count of whatever the type of book is you're writing. So for example, the majority of sort of nonfiction books tend to be around 20 to 30,000 words. So if you use that as a goal, then you simply do the math to figure out, well, how many days does that mean I need to write? That's manuscript math in a nutshell. And what it allows you to do, like I said, is to create that hard deadline for your book. So you know exactly how many of these writing appointments you need to set with yourself and how many you need to keep, right? Simple stuff. But the core of it all, of course, is personal integrity. And that simply means I will do what I say I'm going to do when I say I'm going to do it, whether I feel like it or not. Because there's going to be days where you don't want to write, but you still haven't met your deadline, so you need to sit down and do it. If you ingrain this habit in your life of sitting down and writing, even when you don't feel like it, it very soon reaches a point where you just do it because it's the right thing to do at the right time. It becomes very, very easy in that respect. And ways we can approach this, of course, is to be courageous. On a Fear-Free Friday, of course, being courageous, being fearless, these are really, really empowering thoughts that will help you get through, whatever the struggle is for the day, whether that's getting your word count done for today, or whether that's some other thing. Ask for help for when you need it. A big part of Fear-Free Friday is addressing our fear wherever we find it in our life. So if we typically are afraid of asking for help, well, on a Fear-Free Friday, that's probably the best day to sort of face that fear head on and make that request of someone whose opinion you respect, or someone whose skills you admire, or someone who's simply living the life that you would like to live one day, right? Find someone who can help mentor you in a way that you want. And then, of course, last but not least, celebrate your wins when you achieve them. And do that on every single day. Do that every day. So, for example, if you set your goal to write 2,000 words today, and you sat down and you achieved that, celebrate that. That's something to be proud of. That's something to be happy about. That's something to be joyous about. These are really, really awesome things. So whatever the small wins you can rack up every single day, make sure you celebrate them. It's so important. And if you can figure out a way, train yourself, if you will, to approach every aspect of your day with that fearless mindset that Emerson talks about, especially the things that you fear or have hesitancy towards, face them head on, go do them. Always do the thing that you're afraid of. It's so important for living a life that allows us to achieve the dreams that we want for our life. It really is. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like and share it. If there was something that's specific that I talked about that resonated for you, then I would love for you to share in the comments what that is. Really would. I would also love for you to follow me on Facebook, YouTube, connect with me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Keep going over in circles here. Anyways, connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's try this from the top. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that kind of good stuff. And when you do that, just reach out to me and see, like, whatever the trouble you're having for today, just reach out and let me know what that is. See if there's something I can do, offer some sort of small piece of advice I can offer to help you, or some little tool or tip or trick that I use that you might find useful as well. All right? So have a fantastic rest of your Fear-Free Friday, and I will see you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.